In the very beginning, there was nothing, no sky, no land, no animals, and no people. Then, out of the darkness, God spoke, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness, calling the light day, and the darkness night. This was the first day. On the second day, God created the sky, stretching it over the earth like a vast canopy. On the third day, he gathered the waters to create seas and made dry ground appear, calling it land. Then he spoke, and the land sprouted with plants, trees, and all kinds of vegetation. On the fourth day, God placed the sun, moon, and stars in the sky to light the earth and mark seasons, days, and years. The fifth day brought creatures of the sea and sky, fish swam in the oceans, and birds flew across the heavens. On the sixth day, God created animals to roam the land, from the mighty lions to the tiny ants. Finally, God said, "Let us make man in our image." So he created the first man, Adam, from the dust of the ground and breathed life into him. Seeing that Adam needed a companion, God caused him to fall into a deep sleep. He took one of Adam's ribs and made a woman, Eve, to be his partner. God placed Adam and Eve in the beautiful Garden of Eden, a paradise filled with every kind of fruit-bearing tree. In the middle of the garden stood two special trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God told them, "You may eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for if you eat from it, you will surely die." For a time, Adam and Eve lived happily, tending the garden and enjoying each other's company. But one day, a cunning serpent approached Eve. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" he asked. Eve replied, "We may eat fruit from the trees, but God did say, 'You must not eat fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden, or touch it, or you will die.'" "You will not surely die," the serpent said. "God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit, seeing that it was pleasing to the eye and desirable for gaining wisdom. She took some and ate it. She also gave some to Adam, who was with her, and he ate it too. Suddenly, their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. They sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. Later, they heard the sound of God walking in the garden. Frightened, they hid among the trees. "Where are you?" God called. "I heard you in the garden," Adam answered, "and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." "Who told you that you were naked?" God asked. "Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam said, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then God said to Eve, "What is this you have done?" Eve replied, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." God was saddened by their disobedience. He told the serpent, "Because you have done this, you are cursed above all livestock. You will crawl on your belly and eat dust all your life." To Eve, he said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe." To Adam, he said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree, the ground is cursed because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat food from it all your life." God made garments of skin for Adam and Eve to wear and banished them from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which Adam was taken. He placed cherubim and a flaming sword flashing back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life. Outside the garden, Adam and Eve began a new life. Eve gave birth to two sons, Cain and Abel. Cain became a farmer, working the soil, while Abel kept flocks as a shepherd. One day, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil as an offering to God. Abel also brought an offering, fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. God looked with favor on Abel and his offering, But he did not look with favor on Cain and his offering. Cain was very angry, and his face was downcast. God said to Cain, "Why are you angry? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door." But Cain didn't listen. Instead, he said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out to the field." While they were in the field, Cain attacked Abel and killed him. Then God said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" "I don't know," Cain replied. "Am I my brother's keeper?" God said, "What have you done? Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse and driven from the ground, which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand." Cain said to God, "My punishment is more than I can bear. Whoever finds me will kill me." But God said to him, "Not so, anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over." Then God put a mark on Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. As generations passed, the earth became filled with people, but their hearts were filled with wickedness. They did evil continually, and God regretted making humans on the earth. His heart was deeply troubled. But one man named Noah found favor in God's eyes. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. God said to Noah, "I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in it and coat it with pitch inside and out." God gave Noah specific instructions on how to build the ark, its length, width, and height. He told Noah to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive during the flood. He also instructed him to take every kind of food that was to be eaten and store it away. Noah did everything just as God commanded him. When the ark was finished, God said to Noah, "Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation." 7 days later, the floodwaters came on the earth. The fountains of the deep burst forth, and the windows of the heavens were opened. Rain fell on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. The waters rose and lifted the ark high above the earth. Every living thing that moved on land perished: birds, livestock, wild animals, all mankind. But God remembered Noah and all the animals with him in the ark. He sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. After 150 days, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah opened a window he had made in the ark and sent out a raven, and it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded. The dove returned to him because it found nowhere to perch. 7 days later, he sent the dove out again, and it returned with a freshly plucked olive leaf. Noah knew the water had receded from the earth. God then said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your family, and bring out every kind of living creature that is with you." So Noah came out with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives, and all the animals. Noah built an altar to God and offered burnt offerings. God smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood." God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth." He set a rainbow in the clouds as a sign of the covenant between him and all life on earth. Whenever the rainbow appears, I will remember my promise that never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. And so, the world began anew with Noah and his family, carrying forward the lessons of obedience, faith, and God's enduring mercy. If you enjoyed this journey through the early stories of humanity, please subscribe to our channel for more captivating tales from mythology and history. Join us next time as we explore more fascinating stories.